ever since I can remember, I wanted to be a doctor, and especially a children's doctor. So I combined my desire to be a doctor and be in the military and be a pediatric surgeon by being an orthopedic surgeon specializing in children's deformities. It's a great honor. I feel it's a very worthwhile concept, and to be honored by something that is so important and so many people help support it, and to be chosen to be honored by Ronald McDonald is a very great accomplishment in my life.
The idea of getting back from giving is a bit of a mystery. Not that it doesn't happen, but it's amazing how things seem to return to you. I'm a big believer in giving because exactly that. You get so much back, an overall warm feeling and seeing awesome things happen. I think there's a lot of good men in this area. I think there's a lot of people that have been here for a long time. I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of respect for this city and very generous people. They've been very helpful to the community and to others. And I think Long Beach is full of great people like that.
To whom much is given, much will be required. And that's what drives me personally to give back to the community. I am honored to be recognized by the Ronald McDonald House, and I'm truly humbled to be on the same list as the others tonight.
You know, last year as an honoree for the Few Good Men, I really enjoyed it. What a beautiful evening that was prepared for all of us to come and to enjoy. But most of all, what I liked was the way that we were able to help raise a lot of money for the Ronald McDonald House.
Last year was really well done. We had a long runway, and everyone did a great job, and people cheered and clapped as everyone went down the runway, and that was fantastic, and the rest of the program was very well done.
This year's honorees are a great group, but you've been given an honor in an event to raise money for a wonderful event and a wonderful cause. But you now have a responsibility to prove that not only what you've done in the past, but what you do in the future continues to make you one of the few good men.
You know, this is one of the most diverse cities in the country, and we've learned to not only live together, but help one another. One of the things I was struck when I was mayor in Long Beach was the willingness of people to lend a hand to others. People know each other, people care for one another. We have our troubles like anyone else, but I think this city really does practice what it preaches. It offers a hand to people who need it, people who go out of their way with their time and their energy and their money to help others.
Part of giving back is to demonstrate some grateful acknowledgement of the blessings that we've received as a family. Part of it is just the notion of being generous and being compassionate to people who have needs, where you can make a difference. We felt when we came into some wealth that we wanted to establish a foundation for the family, and we wanted to give back to children who either had health issues or needed support to achieve their educational goals. And those are really the two fundamental missions that our foundation attempts to fulfill.
My mother got everybody together. She said, we had great plans. And your father's gone now, but we're going to carry out those plans. One thing we always did that I didn't understand early on, we always gave a lot to other people. And I asked her one day, I said, Mom, why do we do so much for other people? She turned to me and she said, I hope one day you'll understand. That's all she said. And as I grew older, I noticed all of us had that same culture of giving. It's all we know as a family. It's part of the family culture that we give, we share. So that's what I've been doing all my life. That's all I know.
My experience as an honoree in 2014 was phenomenal. To see the community support that came out for the event and all the people that donated to the Ronald McDonald House was unbelievable. There's so many families out there that we feel for them when they're in need and their children are in the hospital and they need a place to stay. And what a great way to come out and support and have fun at the same time. If I was to give advice to this year's honorees, it would be to have fun, enjoy the moment, and certainly enjoy your time with whatever you're donating that gets in the auction.
As a past honoree, and to all the honorees, congratulations. It's one of the few awards I think that I've ever been honored or won or been nominated for or whatever, where I had such a great time. When you get on that runway out there, you don't know what's going to happen to you. You don't know how the crowd's going to react. You don't know what you're going to do. I would just tell all of them, congratulations, enjoy yourself. You're going to have a great time tonight.
Well, it's important to me to stay connected to the community once because I'm from Long Beach. I have family there. I love the city where I'm from. That's my background. That's my foundation. That's what gave me the necessary tools to move forward in life. A lot of teachings, a lot of different experiences, and I had a lot of people that's very important, that played important parts in my life to help get me where I'm at now. So as a young kid that grew up in Long Beach that made it, I wanted to always come back and show kids and show young people that there's a lot of things out there. There's so much out there once you leave or once you give yourself a boost mentally as far as education or sports or whatever it is. There's so much out there that's waiting for you. And a lot of times these kids really don't know. They really haven't experienced a lot until they have guys who's made it out.
So in Judaism, there is a phrase, it's a Hebrew phrase, that in Hebrew it's tikkun olam, which means repair the world. And as a young man, I've embraced it, and my family has embraced it, and it's a feel that we believe that we have an obligation. Pretty much everything that I've associated myself has to do with this community, giving back, and staying true to what I believe in, which is what I said earlier, tikkun olam, which means let's repair the world, repair our community, and that's what I stand for.
As long as I've lived here, I've been involved in a lot of organizations and a lot of things. The city's been good for me. I've met a lot of interesting people in those kind of activities. So it's something I've just naturally, I think, gravitated to. I've been involved in a lot of organizations doing a variety of different kinds of positive things for the city and the people who live here. I found it very easy to do. It's been astounding the number of people, good people that are involved in a lot of things that are involved in this and very dedicated to it.
With my job, I'm pretty lucky to have the opportunity to be out in the community. As a plant, we've placed people in the community now with CCEJ and with Children Today, with the Red Cross, with the Boys and Girls Club, who, if you ask anybody on their boards, are these folks relevant? I think the answer would be absolutely. And that's kind of the approach that I try to take now is, support what you can, but while you're doing it, make sure you're making a difference.
George Deukmejian came to Long Beach and was a young lawyer, and he had many aspirations to become a very, very good lawyer, and easily found out he was a good lawyer. But then he also wanted to be part of making California a better place to be. And then became Attorney General. And Attorney General's a big job. And he did it in an exquisite fashion. He was fair to everybody. George became governor, and I had the privilege of going up for his inauguration. And I want to tell you, I don't think California's had a better governor, certainly in my time in California, which is a long time ago. But George became one of the best governors we've ever had because he was fair. George Deukmejian is the epitome of what the Ronald McDonald House does. It takes care of those that can't always take care of themselves.
I just want to congratulate him, number one, on his, being honored as one of the few good men. I think, from my perspective, and no deference to all the other few good men you're honoring this evening, is I'd have to elevate the governor, Deukmejian, to one of the few great men that I've ever had the opportunity to know or work with. And particularly from a governmental standpoint, he is truly an icon. To me, he's truly a mentor. If I've had anyone that I've tried to pattern my political career after, it was George Deukmejian. I mean, he's a man of impeccable integrity, complete honesty, very open, very accessible, loves his family, never sacrificed his family for politics or anything like that. He's just been a wonderful mentor, a wonderful role model, I think, for all of us that have the opportunity to serve in public office.
Being around George Deukmejian is a continual learning experience. I've been fortunate to receive many pearls of wisdom from him over the years, but one of the ones that I distinctly remember was after I was first elected. And he said, Gary, he said, meet with everybody. He said, but listen just a little bit harder to those that might have an alternative opinion. He said, even if you can't necessarily agree with them, they'll always remember that you went out of your way to make sure that they were heard. Long Beach is a better place to live and raise a family due to George and his wife Gloria's many contributions to our community.
He's spent his life helping people who need help, in my view, as effectively as any Attorney General, State Senator, State Assembly person, or Governor could ever do it. He is a class act, a fine gentleman, the ultimate professional. Judgment is always impeccable, and his integrity is second to none. Having known him now for 50, 55 years, is that, as I like to say, none have done it better and few have done it as well.
As it relates to Governor Deukmejian's legacy, I would say that the courthouse epitomizes that, because the courthouses were justice for all. And George Deukmejian believed in justice for all and representation for all. He carried himself that way as a lawyer in the very beginning. He carried himself like that as State Assembly, State Senator, Attorney General, and then the Governor of the great state of California. And I really think, I mean, obviously it's a building legacy, but when you think of George Deukmejian and his legacy, it's caring about people, it's about justice for all, and to make a difference in people's lives. And he worked very, very hard to do that over his career. He epitomizes that, and you take that step and you see that, and I'll just tell you what, his legacy is forever.
It's important to be successful in terms of in a business where you can earn some money and support yourself and support employees, but also if you're successful and you're making some money, you can contribute more to the community. You can contribute more to the nonprofit organizations. And the nonprofit organizations are essential to any community, especially in Long Beach, and we've got many wonderful nonprofit groups. But they carry out functions that are not generally carried out by any other segment of the population. And so it's good to have good, healthy nonprofit organizations with people that are very interested in helping to improve the community and lending their experience to accomplish that. So we've been pretty fortunate here, and but it takes a lot of continued interest to maintain that success.